When you think about midpoint, think about averages. Now, midpoint is not the most common topic on the ACT. You'll see it on a quarter to half a test, but it is something that's really easy to get, and it's a point I want you to have. All right, so let's look at the problem. We've got a segment with endpoints 7, 2, and -1, -3. And again, when they describe a diagram, I'm going to draw it. And when there's a given diagram, I want to use the diagram itself instead of drawing one. But I want to show you how sort of your rough back of the envelope diagrams can actually be really, really useful. Okay. Now, do I know what my midpoint is? No. Now, if the question, the answer choices, were formatted such that they actually gave me coordinate points as opposed to sums, then this would be more useful, because then I could say, well, it's kind of around here-ish, so anything that's way out of left field is going to be out. So for right now, it's just going to give me a good idea of maybe if I calculate things wrong. It can also give me a good idea that maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 seems like too small of an answer to me. Maybe 4 is maybe too big. I don't know. But I'm kind of maybe thinking that. This is a conversation I'm having with these answer choices. So when I started out the video by saying, when you think of midpoints, think of averages, and that's all it is. Midpoint is middle point. Midpoint is average X, comma, average Y. Okay, so we've got -1, -3. We've got 7, 2. Okay, so average X, 7 plus -1 divided by 2. Average equals sum over number. That's going to be 6 over 2. Average X is going to be 3. Average Y, -3 plus 2 over 2. Well, that's going to be -1 over 2, -1/2. And the question asks, what's the sum of these numbers? The sum of the X and Y coordinates would be 3 plus -1/2 is 2 1/2. That's all there is to it. There's a variation on this problem where they give you the midpoint and one of the endpoints, and they ask you to find the other endpoint. You do that just by finding how far you go. So you'll find example problems and practice problems like this in the book. But if I'm given a midpoint of 3 and -1/2, right? So like 3 and -1/2. And I know that I started at -1, 3, right? -1, -3. So I would say, well, to get to the midpoint, I went over 4 and up 2.5, and then I would just do that from the midpoint. Over 4 to 7, up 2.5 to 2. That's how you work that. Really quick, I know, perfunctory explanation, but I just wanted to tack that on the end. Work the problems in the book. Get this point if it shows up. It's a great one to have in the basket.